Pandas. Good morning, pandas. Welcome back to the stream. Pandas, I've been having some crazy computer problems the last couple days, but I think I found out the solution of how to fix this specific issue. And it was simply to remove the covering of my computer case. I'm guessing the ventilation is not good in my computer case. I'm gonna monitor my the temps as we stream today, but I was running this all day yesterday just to see how it runs with all my software running, not streaming of course, just having it up, and hopefully yesterday it turned out fine, but hopefully today it will be okay, so we shall see. But pandas, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be trading with you all. How I miss this community. Pandas! I forgot to pull up my poll. 1 second. Pandas, make sure you let me know what kind of day you think it's going to be. Also, drop a GM in the chat. Put a GM in the chat and location so we can get a sense of our community here. We've just been in this range all day. Absolutely incredible. And if you are playing this range, man, you're getting solid 10 points each swing here. But very difficult, in my opinion, to take. I mean, you could take these two-legged pullbacks, but man, that's hard. We had a huge volatility at 8:30. I guess some sort of announcement, doesn't matter to me. A, B, C. Goes back to the top of the range. A, B, C. I could easily see that. I don't have to draw it up, but I just know with dark red, dark green numbers what we're getting here. Two-legged pullbacks. This range has been playing out. That's incredible. And yesterday, man, yesterday, we had this triangle playing out here for a while. Finally does break out. We had this triangle playing out. And you can see we had a failed breakout to the downside, failed breakout to the upside, and finally on the L4 setup, it finally does break down. And it took a long, this range lasted for, man, I basically lasted from 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock. A 4-hour range essentially, and it finally breaks down 4 hours. 4 hours later. And this is very difficult to trade within here in my opinion. But once this triangle broke, with this L4 setup, that was your signal to go short. And man, if you could get a nice swing from that is incredible. But that was yesterday. Today's a new day, pandas. Let's find the best setups possible. So the question is this range going to continue to play out? Should we fade this range, or should we consider a breakout at some point? It's a good question. Pandas, hope you guys are doing well. I really did miss you guys. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Yeah, I mean, I just opened up my case and it seems like it should be running fine, but we shall see. I'm hoping that's the issue. Hoping that resolves it. I was doing a bunch of stuff yesterday. I was looking at the BIOS, I was trying to flash it, but once I opened the case and saw that it was running fine, I just said, okay, that works. Simple fix. Did order some thermal paste, maybe to put it in the computer. We'll see. I'm going to be monitoring the temperatures though, for sure, throughout the stream. Hopefully it doesn't go above like 80, because that would be terrible. Yeah, we're hovering at a cool 75 right now. 74.75. Absolutely incredible swings here, though. Big move down, big move up, big move down, big move up. On the higher time frame, it looks like this. Just huge candles. 10-minute or 10K chart. Just two-legged pullbacks, actually, if you think about it. Just a simple two-legged pullback. A, B, C. It was a two-legged pullback. Good signal bar, top of the trading range to the bottom trading range. Right now, this is the first entry, and so I'm not really sure what's happening here. I'm guessing a trap to the upside, but that's all I could consider. I mean, look at today's price action right now. I mean, it looks like trading range price action, even on the daily. What do we have on the daily here? So I said, pandas, once we broke above this high, first target, easy target, was a 20 EMA. The second target was the top of the trading range, and it might get there today, pandas. It might get at the top of the trading range today, and if it's the top of this trading range, man, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I think it's going to bounce off of it. It's done it many times before, and so I'm thinking it's going to bounce off of it, but we shall see, pandas. I mean, the top of the trading range is, in my opinion, the next logical target. Otherwise, if that's not the target, then we're going to just make a first entry and then just continue this downtrend. We're still in a downtrend, pandas. No matter how you think about it, we are in a downtrend still. I mean, I guess you can say the really big time frame, we are in an uptrend. But right now, when I see this, I'm thinking downtrend in the short term, midterm. But if I saw a hit on the top of this trading range, I probably would short it, actually. If I just hit. Let me mark that just in case we get there. It's at 44.46. I'm going to mark it just in case here. Okay, I already marked it. That is how forward-looking I'm looking right now. I already marked this, top of that trading range on the daily. If we hit this, I probably will reverse it there. But we shall see. It is what it is, pandas. Hope you guys are doing well. Geo, welcome back. Let me say good morning to my pandas here. Geo, welcome to the stream. Austin Hare, we back today? Let's go, baby. Nick Wynn. I ask every time I watch live, but what is the track that plays right before he comes on? It's hard to know because I just have this playlist on shuffle. So if it comes up again, Nick Wynn, if that song comes up again, let me know and I'll try to get to you. Kelly Ann, good morning, pandas. Calvary Trader, good morning. Phil W, good morning. Glad you're back. I'm glad I'm back too. We're at a cool 75 degrees Celsius right now on the processors. Good morning, Power Trader. Welcome back, Duncan Kilgore. Good morning, John Parkman. Good morning from Montana. Kelly Ann. The news hasn't had much impact, I see. Well, it created volatility, but at the end, you know, whatever the news is, it doesn't really matter. It's all about price action. You know, because news, you can see it like spike up like, 20 points, and then midday it just reverses. And so what was the news for? News doesn't do anything other than maybe add some volatility to the market. At the end, it's still price action. We're still looking at the price action here, and we're still getting two-legged pullbacks. Right? Even with that volatility at 8:30, it just became a two-legged pullback, A, B, C. Two-legged pullback, A, B, C. Two-legged pullback, A, B, C. You know, we have so many two-legged pullbacks. A, B, C, bottom trading range to the top trading range. A, B, C, bottom of the trading range to the top trading range, or top of the trading range to the bottom trading range. A, B, C, another two-legged pullback, and now we're making another A, B, C pattern, and we are at the top of the trading range with an A, B, C pattern. So the question is, are we gonna come back to the bottom of the trading range, or is this gonna be our breakout here? It's a question. It's a question that it's $1 million question of today. When will we break out of this trading range? If we break out at all. And I say if because on the daily, this is what we look like, and we can simply create a pause bar here. It could be a small range, and we can come all the way back down to the bottom trading range. But I'm thinking if we come to the top of this trading range, man, oh man. I will be ready for a short at the top of that trading range. But right now we're just hanging out. Good morning, guys. Good morning. SW Blaze, welcome back. Marcelino Dioncia from the Philippines. Welcome to the stream. Gio from Italy. How could I would never guess you're from Italy, Gio. Aussie Cobber from Australia. Welcome to the stream. I'm not sure if I've seen your name before, but if it's your first time, welcome to the stream. John Wilson. Good morning from Michigan. SW Blaze, good morning from Chicago. Ralph Gruns from Atlanta. Eric Durin from Canada, good morning, good morning. Richard Harris, welcome back. I got pandas in Atlanta. Archie from from Clearwater, good morning. Clearwater, Florida, welcome. I'm not sure if I've seen your name either, Archie. Well, welcome to the stream if it's your first time. I'm glad that you're joining us. Pandas, let me know what kind of day you think it is. Make sure you guys fill out that poll. Could this be the breakout? I don't know. I simply don't know if this is the breakout here. For these things, I like to look at the higher time frames sometimes. Higher time frames, right? This trading range is almost identical to the one on the 2K chart right now, on the 10K chart. By the way, if you want to know what time frame I'm looking at, look at the top right of your screen. Falcon one asked, what was wrong with my PC? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've never really had an issue until recently, but I simply just opened like my case up and it's running fine now. So I'm just wondering, like, the ventilation on my computer is just probably not good. But running at a cool 75 still, which is nice because the temperature has been stable this entire time. And I'm just thinking, unless something happens, there's no other reason why this temperature should go up any more than this 75 Celsius. I was hitting like 104 degrees Celsius. I thought my computer was gonna melt. It's crazy. So I had to, for the sake of, you know, also preserving my capital, for the sake of that and for my computer, I had to stop trading. Mo says liquid cooling is overrated. I actually do have liquid cooling and it is overrated, I think, right now from the looks of it. I mean, I think there's more potential in liquid cooling, but the cheap ones that you get, you know, with the pre-built rigs, I mean, I think the fans are better. The fans are better. Unless you have a really good like pump system for your liquid cooling, you know, in a big reservoir, so the water could be cooled properly. I think, you know, air is just fine. It's pretty much equal in my opinion. But hey, it's working fine. I think we're all good, pandas. I think we're gonna have a full stream today. Been a while. 2 days without this community. Sad, sad, sad. We're finding some consolidation on top of this trading range right now. I'm not sure if this means that we're trying to have price action to tell us that we're going up higher. In my opinion, Just not sure. I mean, I'll take a trap to the downside, but other than that, I don't know. I don't know. I can't go long here because of the top of the trading range. I just, I'm not looking to trade a breakout unless we had a very decisive breakout. But right now, I'm just seeing this as a trading range. I think we're coming back to the bottom of the trading range here. But let's let the price action tell us what's going to happen today. We don't decide. Price action will tell us. Five-minute creating an inside bar here. Wow. By the way, I'm back to 2 contracts. I'm just going to keep 2 contracts until probably next week. We're at the top of the trading range. Probably looking to get to the bottom of the trading range, pandas. I'm sorry. I mean, I know it's kind of far-fetched, but most likely come back to the bottom of the trading range. I mean, I just don't see a decisive breakout right now. This doesn't look like a decisive breakout. We are above the 20 EMA though here, which could be telling for us. And we do have a daily target top of this trading range, but I'm just not sure, pandas. We do have a 2-legged pullback here if you want to go long. What I mean by that is we have a ABC pattern, but top of the trading range, and then you're basically banking for a breakout here. If you're going to go long here, you're thinking breakout. Lower high setup. I'm looking for a. I'm guessing I'm looking for a trap to the downside if I want to go short, but other than that, this is hard to trade in my opinion. Gab asks, with one contract, do you scalp it or will it be a runner? I'll do one runner, or one scalp, one runner. That's how I set up my 2 contracts right now. I'm just thinking we're coming back to the bottom of trading range, and that's just what I think is going to happen here, pandas. We had an attempt of a spike in channel here. That's what we tried to do, but it broke down already. Looking for a trap trade to the downside. If we can get it, that'd be nice. Looking to come back to the bottom of the channel. Simple as that. And keep trading this channel until otherwise. Or sorry, this trading range. Creating some sort of triangle here. Jeffrey Tao, good morning from Sabah, Malaysia. Malaysia. Wow. I've never been to Malaysia. I've had Malaysian food, but I've never been to Malaysia. Malaysian food, I think, when I ate it, it's pretty spicy. They like a lot of anchovies. I mean, it's like I think it's in a... Oh, maybe that's Cambodian. I could be wrong. I'm not sure if I have Malaysian food. Just watching, pandas. It's actually kind of moving pretty slow after that volatility spike. Pandas, welcome to the stream. We got about 10 minutes until market open. Most of you guys think today will be a trading range day today. I'm thinking trading range, possibly bull trend. I'm not sure. I mean, feel like we want to hit the top of this trading range on the daily just from this candle, and now we're inside the wick of the candle. Thinking if we break above the wick, we have clear target up here. Pandas, just let it happen if it happens, but we're going to try to trade the price action. We're day trading here, and so we're going to let the price action tell us exactly what's going to happen here. Pandas, by the way, hey, if you guys are just rolling in, I'm buy money. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. It helps out the stream a lot, especially if you've been joining for a while now. If you never scalped that like button before, make sure you scalp it today. It helps out the stream, supports me and this channel out a lot. Do appreciate if you can do that, and make sure you guys subscribe because it makes a difference. When you guys subscribe, I think YouTube Analytics has a certain metric for subscribers watching and engaging in content. So it kind of goes into these like scopes, and so these circles, and so you subscribing and watching and just watching makes a big difference according to the YouTube algorithm. So if you could subscribe, and especially if you've been coming back for a while now, so I would appreciate that a lot. We do have a two-legged pullback. Very nice signal bar here. I'll consider going short here, coming back to the bottom trading range. But this is a two-legged pullback, good signal bar. I wouldn't be surprised if this makes a point, but it's just the top of the trading range. I'm not trying to go long right now at the top of the trading range. We do have a breakup trend right in the micro trend lines here. If you want to consider this, it could be a breakup trend, which is the first leg and a new high, which is just a two-legged pullback. On this stream, we trade only one single instrument, the E-mini futures, biggest, baddest, most liquidable market in the world. We trade only one single setup, the two-legged pullback. It's a setup that looks like this. 2 moves up or 2 moves down, and we like to scalp the E-mini using the setup. We do make a point off that two-legged pullback right there, by the way. So on the charts, you're gonna see me counting legs all the time. In fact, I don't even need to count legs. I have an automatic indicator that counts legs for us and identifies second entries with dark green and dark red numbers. So you see these dark red numbers here, dark green numbers. These are all two-legged pullbacks, and you can see with the super signal, if you don't know how to read it, it tells you the upcoming leg if it's a second entry or not. And here, you see it's just a first entry because it's not a dark green number. JX, thanks for staying a member with us for 2 months. Do appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Unsure what's happening here, pandas. It's getting a little choppy right now. Like, this is choppy. It's very hard to trade that. That does give you a point there, but just enough to scalp out. But you're at the top of the trading range. I'm not looking to go long on top of the trading range. Good morning. Good morning. Brian Davila, let's go, baby. Welcome back, Brian. Is Matt, is he on vacation today? By the way, I honestly support any streamers who's day trading, because trust me, I know the struggle. I know how hard it is to do this live, and so anyone who does trade and gives any kind of content, I do support them. So you have Trades by Matt. Go check out his channel whenever he's streaming. I believe he recently had a kid, and so you can support him. Yeah, so he doesn't do the two-legged pullback. I believe he has his own like divergent strategy using cumulative data or delta. It's an interesting strategy. I understand why he uses it. And he usually does like big swings, and he trades the Nasdaq. So if you want a different flavor of like day trading, check out his stream. Trades by Matt. DD John says, today your chart is before mine. There's always a delay. Actually, let me reload my historical. There's always a delay when it comes to YouTube streams, and so you're gonna just see a natural delay. If you feel like you're on a bigger delay than like 20 seconds, then make sure you make sure that live button is red, and also make sure, and if you're finding delay still, then you can go to the 2x speed and just try to catch up until it goes to 1x speed. Reloading my historical here. I hate doing this on stream because sometimes it gets choked up, but let's go, baby. Here we go. Just reloaded my historical. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Man. Wow, the historical. I reloaded the historical. It looks completely different right here. Actually, is it the same? Not sure. Pretty choppy right now. We could just be trading this this range for the entire day. Who knows? It's a very small range, but we have big swings in this range, so I'm thinking we're gonna break out. I'm thinking these big swings are gonna, you know, the market's trying to break out of this consolidation. Just failed breakouts, right? Failed breakdown, failed breakout, failed breakdown. By the way, this is a trading range indicator that automatically identifies trading ranges using pure price action, and so this red line, this green line is automatically put here. If you want more information about either of these indicators, you can check out the official website at www.twoleggedpullback.com. The two-legged pullback indicator, also the trading range indicator. Market's about to open in 2 minutes, pandas. Hey, pandas. Let's focus up. Let's find the best setups possible. Pandas. Let's get those two-legged pullbacks. Let's get our bamboo today. We do have a higher low second entry long here. Still top of the trading range. I don't like the place we're at right now. I'll probably take the trap to the downside. More interested in that trade. But this is a higher low second entry right here. It's not a bad setup. It's just trading range price action choppiness. I'm just not interested in going long here. I'd rather go short, in my opinion. Market's about to open in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Market open. Getting a spike up there. Thinking, are we trying to go up higher? I don't know, pandas. Perfect scalp. Reversing. Let's look for a new high here before going short. Let's look for a new high. I mean, we're above the 20 EMA, so I'm not looking to go short here. The 5-minute is showing a trap to the downside, but it cannot trigger an outside bar. I do not like that. This trap actually does trigger and gives us a point immediately. Scalps a point. Top of the trading range still. Very hard for me to go long here. Not interested in going long. As long as this trading range is still here, then you can come back to the bottom trading range. Market is moving. This is why you gotta have the hotkeys when the market moves this fast. You gotta make sure you have hotkeys when you trade. Otherwise, it's really hard to right click and enter your trade. Very difficult. Very difficult. Pandas, welcome to the stream. Hey, make sure you scalp that like button. Looking for a lower high here, but I'm thinking bottom of the trading range is our target. I kind of like that trap. I was thinking about this trap here. It's good for 1, 2, 3, 4 points. I like that trap. Thinking about that trap, but that's all good, pandas. Sitting on my pause. Three pushes down, it's a wedge. Al Brooks will say buy here. That looks interesting now. This looks like we could possibly break this trading range with this move here. That was a wild candle on the higher time frame. It was an outside bar reversal plus reversal again, right? 10K chart. On this one candle, it breaks up, breaks below, comes right back up. That's a wild candle in my opinion. On the higher time frames. Oh, or this trading range is gonna stick around. Very hard to say. On the 5 minute 10K and the 5 minute, we are above the 20 EMA on both. And so being above both makes me think we have potential to go up higher. But very difficult with this trading range for this long and this strong. Very difficult. You know, you're thinking automatically fade these breakouts. This triangle still here. This triangle I drew with this pivot. These pivots here. Maybe coming back to the bottom trade. This is really choppy in my opinion. Very hard to trade this. Nothing to trade in my opinion. No setups for us. Only setup really is maybe this reversal pattern here at the top of the trading range. And it does break above the reversal, but doesn't break this high, which makes us think we're still in a downtrend. Coming back to the bottom trading range, pandas. That's why you gotta be careful on these days, because you think everything is a breakout, but really, you know, all breakouts, not all breakouts, most breakouts will fail today. It'll be very difficult to trade. Whew, we're in this triangle though. Let's see if this triangle gives us anything nice here. We're gonna bounce off the bottom of this triangle, we shall see. Off yesterday's close as well. Finding some support on this triangle, the bottom of this triangle here. The thing about these ranges is that you typically move very quick between the top and bottom. And that's why it's tricky, because when you see something like this, if you saw this, right? If you saw this without anything else, if you just saw this, you're thinking, wow, this is a bull trend day today. And then you realize you're in a trading range. So these legs are very powerful in trading ranges. The triangle broke to the downside. Big bear bar. Big bear bar on the 5 minute. Big bear bar on 10K chart. You're thinking follow through to the downside. A little bit of follow through. Guess where we're bouncing off, pandas? Bottom of the trading range by the trading range indicator. On the 2K chart, bouncing off of it. 10K chart as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we come right back to the top of the trading range. Even though you see a huge bear bar, we can come back to the top of the trading range. That's what happens in trading ranges, right? These things that normally happen, right? Big bear bar follow through. That should have some follow through, but here, trading range, no follow through. It's going to reverse it. It's going to be wacky. But top of the trading range to the bottom of the trading range, pandas. We're just coming back to the top and bottom right now. This is why I like that short here, thinking coming back to the bottom, but it's okay. We do have a two-legged pullback here forming. Bottom of the trading range acting as support. Beautifully acting as support. Let's see if it holds though. I'm just scared of that big bear bar on both the 5 minute and the 10K. You're thinking follow through. Typically, you always think follow through. Big bear bars, follow some sort of follow through. It could be like 1 point follow through, but you're thinking some follow through. And this trading range is gonna be tricky, because even if you see this, you're thinking big bear trend day today. But if you look to the left of the chart, we're just in this trading range, and we can be in this. We can still be in this. You know, if you're gonna trade this trading range, you can go long here and come back to the top of the trading range. That is what is what is expected at least. But this triangle is breaking down now, and so this triangle breaking down makes me think potential breakdown. That was your best setup here so far, I think. Missed that trade. Happened really close to the open. Absolutely incredible here. Huh. Something interesting happened. We actually have a reversal pattern on the 10K chart. We have a trap to the downside on the 10K. Reversals are going to reverse. So this could be the strength that we need to keep pushing down. We might come back up to the close here. But this makes me think, actually, I didn't realize this was a trap here. But this was a reversal. And it only goes up about 5 ticks and reverses. And that could be what triggers our downtrend day today. Are we going to come back all the way back up? This time, maybe not because of that reversal pattern. The reversal pattern typically is very strong. I'm going to be looking for a two-legged pullback to the downside here. I'm going to have a short lens right now until we have some sort of other reversal. I'm going to have a short lens right now, bear bias, because of that reversal pattern on the 10K chart, thinking we can keep going down here. Give me a two-legged pullback off the 20 MA and I'll think of taking it. A, B, C. I mean, currently it's an optical two-legged pullback already. You can see this optical by A, B, C. Optically, it's a two-legged pullback. I'm gonna wait for a technical two-legged pullback here. A little too far from the 20 MA as well. I'm gonna try to take a second entry short here, pandas. And what I'm gonna do is actually, I'm gonna reverse my trade if it traps me out, and I'm going to try to swing it to the top. And it might be a double hit, but it's all good, pandas. Trading 2 contracts. I would say at this point, this is a... Okay, now it's a technical two-legged pullback. Let's see if we can get a second entry short here, pandas. We gotta time this perfectly. By the way, there's a free floating tick counter. You know, for moments like this, when you have to time it perfectly and move your stop loss right to the signal bar -1, you have to have a floating tick counter so you can perfectly time that, because you want the tick counter to be right next to your chart here. Terrible signal bar. Not interested in that. Pretty bad signal bar. Pandas. We're going back to the top of the trading range. Is this actually happening? This is actually happening. Come back to the top of the trading range. We're above the 20 MA. Very hard to trade this, even with a good signal bar. Terrible signal bar as well here. And we're coming back to the top of trading range. Trading range indicator working its magic. Pandas, it's just incredible right now. You can't make this stuff up. Trading range indicator. Absolutely incredible on days like this. And people are very confident in this trading range, man. They're just going back and forth in this trading range right now. Absolutely incredible. Can't even go short here. Pandas. Big bear bar. You should have some follow through. We had a little follow through, but big bull bar following it. Back to the top of the trading range, pandas. Here we are. You know, if you were scalping this, if you're swinging this trading range right now, you would be making thousands of dollars. Thousands. So just swinging from the bottom to the top. And then one time you might get hit on the bottom here, but you have made so much money that one hit wouldn't matter. To the top of the trading range, even after reversal pattern on the 10K chart. Absolutely incredible 10K chart. Boy, oh boy, reversal pattern coming right back up. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Two-legged pullback, top of the trading range. Good signal bar. Little steep here, very hard to just trade counter to that. But for anyone who did, just was able to scalp out right there. If we come back to the bottom trading range, pandas, off of this two-legged pullback off the top of the trading range, this trading range indicator is amazing. It's actually amazing. If we come back to the bottom trading range from here, the trading range indicator, I cannot tell you, using pure price action, identifying these trading ranges, there is no better way to find these trading ranges other than using price action. And this is what the indicator does for us right now. This is a trading range clinic right now. Trading range indicator. Potential lower high setup here. I'll take the lower high setup. Krales asks, what are you trading? Crypto? What I'm trading right now makes crypto makes it look like baby stuff. This is nothing compared to crypto. Crypto has nothing on the E-mini futures. When you're talking about volatility, when you're talking about, well, maybe not volatility, but even volatility right now is actually equal on par. But when you're talking about actual, volume, liquidity, crypto has nothing when it comes to the E-mini futures. Like, you don't understand the amount of liquidity in the E-mini. Like, institutions are trading billions of dollars every single day going in and out of this instrument every single day without fail. It's like, for me, I know the moment I try to trade this trading range, it's gonna go against me, just because it's the panda syndrome. It's the streaming syndrome. The moment you try to do something obvious on stream, it's just gonna go against you. Top of the trading range, pandas. Guess where we're going? To the bottom of the trading range. That's a lot of swings right there. That's a lot of beautiful swings right there. I still have an inkling of this reversal happening on the 10K chart, making me think we have more room to go down, but unsure. Unsure, pandas. Bouncing off the middle of the trading range, coming back up a little. This is something we have not seen yet, right, pandas? Like, we've basically just seen slicing back and forth. This is the first time we're seeing some sort of consolidation in the middle of the trading range here, making me think we're gonna go up higher now. Maybe break above the trading range one more time. Unfortunately, I can't take this long, pandas. I'll have to take this short here, but I cannot take this long on a two-legged pullback Pikachu trade. The main reason being is because we already hit the top of the trading range, so we're in a downtrend right now. And I'm not trying to go long right now. I'm trying to go short. Okay, the lower high entry is this is the lower high second entry, but the consolidation in the middle, coming back to the bottom trader, man, this is absolutely incredible. If you don't think the trading range indicator is useful, I'm just hoping you guys are watching this. Hope you guys are watching this. Back and forth, top of the trading, right back to the bottom of the trading range. Absolutely incredible. Reversal pattern here on the 2K chart. Still staying strong, right? We're not able to break above here, making lower low or lower highs here. I'm thinking we can actually break down here, pandas, but pandas, this is hard because you're thinking, hey, this trading range is still here. Let's go long again. Let's get back to the top of the trading range. You know what stops you other than that reversal pattern? In my opinion, this reversal pattern, I'm just gonna stay away from that because that reversal pattern is scaring me. But guess what, pandas? You're able to scalp out already right there, back to the bottom of the trading range. If this comes back to the top of the trading range, pandas, like I'm not, you think $100 is expensive for this kind of indicator telling you trading ranges by pure price action? Tell me if there's another indicator like this. There is none. Trading range indicator, absolutely incredible. Marking these trading ranges. Come back to the bottom of the trading range here. We could have a two-legged pullback, and as you guys know, I have a bias right now to the downside, making lower highs, right? Making lower highs. Also, reversal pattern here showing us that possible reversal here. Looking for a two-legged pullback of some sort if we can go short. But it might be silly for me to go against my own trading range indicator because we are obviously in this trading range still. If anything, we're looking to go short, but very difficult. If we get a bounce off the 20 EMA here with a good signal bar. Looking to go short here, but it's the bottom of the trading range, man. Actually looking to go short here, pandas. Call me crazy. Attaches to the indicator here. So right when it finishes, it'll move up automatically to it. The signal bar is decent. Terrible signal bar. Looking to go short here, pandas. I know it looks a little scary to do. Okay, terrible signal bar. Oh, I got... That triggered so fast, actually. That candle finished so fast. My order got messed up. Because it happened so quickly. So I actually could not even get in. But that happened so fast. And like I said, pandas, this is the reason why I want to go short. It's because we have these reversal patterns here and failed to come back up, making lower highs here. There's a bearish bias right now in the market. I wanted to get in there, but my... that rarely happens, but it happened so quick, my order couldn't actually trigger. I got an error once the order triggered. The main reason being is because it didn't render fast enough, and the super signal moved when the price was already below it, so it couldn't move fast enough. That was absolutely incredible how fast that moved. I just canceled the order because it already triggered. Like it already was in it. But that's why I want to go short there, pandas, because of the price action. What we're seeing here, reversal pattern, failed to make it to high, looking to go lower here. Currently in downtrend. Absolutely incredible how fast that moved. I couldn't even get in my trade. But if I were to look at this chart, I mean, if I were to look at, you know, the 10K, the 5 minute, like, wow, look at the 5 minute right now. This is the price action so far in the 5 minutes since market open at 8:30 right here. This is the price action so far. Just really hard to tell what's happening here. Even before then, around 8:30 with the announcement, with the news, it's just been in this inside here. 10K makes an outside bar reversal here. We might have a strong push down here, pandas. But in my opinion, trading ranges, they die hard. You know, when we have this trading range, it can come back down, but it can go right back up. These trading ranges die hard, especially when it's this strong and this confirmed this late in the day. 30 minutes of trading is still in this trading range, and it's, you know, they die hard. I'll just say that. Just like trends, you don't know when they're gonna die or reverse. Trading ranges, you don't know when it's gonna break out. It's the same idea. William Surveillance asks, how do you attach the order to an indicator? You gotta make the order, right-click the flag of the order, and then attach to indicator, and then find the super signal. You gotta look at the super signal value, and now attach it to the super signal value here. Who knows, right? This two-legged pullback right here, this second entry could come all the way back up to the top of the trading range. I mean, that's the nature of today. Now, this could come back all the way back to the top, and that's kind of like, that's why trading range days are hard. Even though it's nice when you're trading it, but you just don't know. This one looks like it's about to hurt you if you're about to enter in. Creating triple bottom here, micro quad bottom, but still in this downtrend, right? We cannot go long until we break this downtrend. I mean, pandas, I will look to go long at a trap on the long side, right? We have breakup trend, new low, right? You can because there's a breakup trend here, right? New low. And now, with the trap to the long side, I'll be interested in going long. That'll be my trade here. Russell H with 21 points. Let's go, baby. Greg Martinez. Anybody has a good URL? Forex Factory is usually pretty good. If we get a trap trade, I'll go long here. If we get a trap trade here, I'll go long. Trap is not triggering, right? The market's being stingy. The market already says, you know, you can only go long if you're going to take the risk here. They're not going to give you any more freebies. Only those who take this second entry long. 1, 2, 3 micro quad bottom here. We're rewarded here, thinking coming back to the top of the trading range. I'm going to take a trap here, pandas, if we get a trap trade to the long side. Mainly because we have breaker trend new low. If this traps here, I'm going to go long. Not going short anymore. Thinking we're still in the trading range, but let's see if the market gives us our second entry short to go long. If we get a second entry short here, I'm going to be trading outside bar reversal to go long. I'm seeing a good setup here, pandas. Going long here, even an outside bar reversal. Thinking the breakup trend new low. They can come back to the top of the trading range. We might have a runner to come up here. We'll see. I'm going to set it up here. I'm going to get ready. Priming on my order. I have it at outside bar right now. But if it comes back up here, this candle, if it finishes like this, I have to move my stop loss or my stop entry. Gotta time it perfectly here. Looking to go long if I can. 16. I'm in a little early, but still triggered, so I'm okay here. Small risk here. Trap trade to the long side, to the bottom trade range, to the top of the trading range. That's what you're thinking. Scalps out immediately. Gonna hold this. Gonna let this simmer a little bit here. Thinking we come to the top of the trading range. Gonna let it simmer. Let it simmer. Let it play out a little bit here. Typically, I move it immediately, but I'm thinking such a high chance to come to the top of the trading range. I want to let it play out a little bit here. Wanted to let it play out a little bit. Gonna let the candle finish before moving my stop loss. Gonna let it finish out here. Okay, put my stop loss here now. One tick above my break even, so I can protect commissions here. I just think we have such a high chance of making it up here. Like, it's gonna be sad if it gets stopped out, but I wanted to let it simmer a little bit. But now I'm protecting my capital by putting it here. So even if it stops me out, I'm okay with that. But I'd rather protect my capital because it can reverse here. And so I'd rather protect my capital than wanting this, you know, big nice trade here. Let's see if we can get a runner at least at the top of the trading range. We do have a reversal pattern here, which is very nice. Right, coming back to the top of the trading range is a very obvious price target for us. Stops us out, but it's all good, Pandas. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. It's one scalp. I know it's not much. I'm only trading 2 contracts, and that was only 1 contract, but I'm just trying to become profitable on the stream right now. And so that's why I'm going to trade 2 contracts right now. But hopefully, as I'm profitable over a couple next days, then I can be, you know, I can increase my contract sizes and scale up. That is the best way to start your day. Mrs. Panda dropping off some coffee. She's making a vanilla bean latte. Perfect froth. Absolutely heartwarming. Absolutely incredible. Very interesting, this reversal is starting to fail, but Pandas, reversals are going to reverse. So even if you're going down, the only way this reversal breaks if we break this low here, no longer considering this reversal. As long as we're above this low, I'm thinking we're in an uptrend, right? With a strong bull bar like that, I think we're uptrend. But hard to trade anything right now to go long, no setups. So they can come back to the top of the trading range, but if we wanted to come back to the bottom trading range one more time, it seems like. We shall see. You're thinking like just like trends, right? Late in the trend, you're late in the trading range. You know, if you're too late in the trend, you're kind of hesitant to continue the trend. And so you're kind of, you know, have this lens like, okay, are we late in the trend or not? We have a nice 2-legged pullback on the 10K chart actually. Big risk though, big risk. But I think you come back to the top of trends. Like I said, reversals are going to reverse. Even though we broke down like this, I think we're still going to come up to the top of the trading range. We hit the bottom trading range perfectly, right? I call this a stomp, where we come and just tap it and come back up. Beautiful, beautiful 2-legged pullback on the 10K chart, as you can see. A, B, C, higher low, second entry right here. Absolutely beautiful. That's just like this. A, B, C, it's outside bar, so come back to the top of the trading range on the 10K chart. And that's what I was saying. I felt like we're gonna come to the top of the trading range still. I just was not sure how it was going to happen, and just happened to want to test the bottom trading range one more time before bursting upwards like this. And Pandas, honestly, this can be a breakout, right? This can be a breakout. We do have this trend line here. Got to be cognizant about it. But this could be a breakout here because many times when you tap the bottom of a trading range, I like it to actually miss the bottom trading range by 1 tick. But sometimes you tap it like this and it just reverses the rest of the day. Absolutely incredible. But you know, the way we manage our trades, You know, we're just not entering that. You know, we're gonna just protect our capital. Who knows? This could have reversed and broke down below here. But like I said, reversals are gonna reverse. We had a reversal here, even though we went a little lower. You're still thinking uptrend until proven otherwise, and being proven otherwise is coming back here below this low. But right now we have break of trend new high. Right, that made it break a trend new high, so we can reverse again here, especially within this trading range. 5-minute entry was there? 5 minutes okay. I mean the signal bar, unless you're willing to risk all of that, that's a hard signal bar to trade. Yeah, I wouldn't trade that signal bar. In fact, it actually triggers already right here, and then this is the next candle. Very difficult. Come to the top of the trading range on the 10K chart, almost there on the 2K chart, and yeah, so it is what it is, man. It's like we couldn't do anything much about that. It's not a trade that we could have entered. You know, this is our trade. We have our bias and premise correct, but it did something that, you know, we could not trade with, right? This is not, there's nothing in part of our plan to help us to get into this trade, which is unfortunate. But I mean, you can implore other things to get it, but in this stream we trade only two-legged pullbacks. Let me read some of your chats here. I believe someone's asking, Lion Trader asks, can someone explain how the two-legged advises when to enter? The two-legged pullback indicator simply just tells you every single second entry. And so, you have a second entry here, because you have A, B, C, 2 pushes up, and you see with the dark red diamond here, if it hits this diamond, it's going to trigger the second entry. It looks like it's going to hit it. Okay, it doesn't hit it yet, but if it goes where this diamond is, you're going to see the super signal move to the top. See, it moves to the top now, because now this is a dark red one, because this is a second entry short. And so, basically tells you every single second entry, regardless of context. It's up to the trader to know when to take the second entries. It's, in my opinion, just a tool to tell you every single second entry. And so, when it comes to a critical point, you know, such as the top of this trading range, if we have a second entry, you don't have to count legs, especially if you're looking at multiple charts. You know, you don't want to have to count these legs real quick. We have a two-legged pullback here. I can see it and count it manually, but I can see it clearly with the dark red one on the super signal without having to think about it at all. And so if you're moving between 3 or 4 charts, which I do typically, I don't want to be thinking, I don't want to be counting legs off the top of my head. I want to just see if it's a second entry or not, add those key entries. Still thinking we're gonna hit the top of the trading range here, but you know, with this trend line here, I mean, I'm respecting this trend line, pandas. I mean, if you look at the higher time frames, it's very clear we have this resistance here right now. Are we gonna pop up to the top of the trading range? That would be nice. Trading range indicator, pandas. Telling you, it's special. It's special when it's on like this. Tell me any indicator that will mark a trading range like this. There is none out there. This is the only indicator that uses actual price action to figure out these trading ranges, and it has been doing it perfectly today. Just top to the bottom, top to the bottom. Absolutely incredible. We missed it by 2 ticks. I think we're gonna get it still though. We have a small spike in channel, but remember, break of trend, new high, but we're way above the 20 MA. Not looking to go short here, especially with a strong bull bar like this on the 5-minute. Pretty strong bull bar on the 2K or 10K chart. Still need to get to the top of the trading range here. Missed it by 2 ticks. We have unfinished business. We have a trap trade to the long side. But this is a spiking channel, as you guys can see, right? It's a small spiking channel. Failed to break down to the bottom side. I'm thinking we're going to come to the top of trading range still. With that trap here. Perfect scalp trap, but still trap. Sitting on my pause though, getting very choppy here. William Surveus, you might, if you have the standard two-legged pullback, you won't see that option. You have to have the deluxe indicator. So if you have the standard edition, it won't work. You need to have the deluxe edition. But that's very rare. Like that trade that I was trying to go in here short, that's very rare that it moves so fast that you can't get into your trade, and that's you know, NinjaTrader has some stops there because it recognized that, so it just canceled it, basically canceled it. I mean, the top of the trade is so close, you're thinking it's gonna hit it. I really wouldn't be surprised today, all day trading range, like literally all day. I mean, the first 40 minutes have been trading range, so. And the candles on the 10K, look at the 10K chart right now, pandas. This is a 10K chart. Absolutely incredible. Did we hit the top? We missed it by one tick, pandas. I mean, I was expecting this to happen, especially because the daily looks like this. Thinking the market doesn't know what to do here. Doesn't want to go up or doesn't reverse. The 20 EMA actually is acting as a type of resistance right now still. Believe it or not. It's acting as resistance in my opinion. But even though we're above it, I still think the market won't go too far away from the 20 EMA on a downtrend. So I'm thinking that's why we're struggling here, but I'm just not sure. I mean, we're in the wick here, which typically means, you know, you'll break to the upside. You know, you'll break the wick. If you're within this wick, if we're trading down in the body, then you're thinking below. But if you're trading in the wick, you're thinking above. Hard to say, to be honest, pandas. I'm thinking the higher lows is making us think we're going to uptrend now. 10K, higher lows, right? So you have a low here. Actually a higher low by one tick. Another higher low, another higher low. We're keep making higher lows here. I'll be interested in a trap to go long here, pandas. If we can get it, but panda's not sure. If we get a trap on the 10K chart to go long, I'll be interested in that. Pandas, those who are just rolling in, I'm Bye Bye Money. Welcome to my stream. I trade every single day, from 9 a.m. to around 10:45 to 11 a.m. Come at 9, even though that's pre-market, to do some pre-market analysis, to hang around, typically answer more questions, you know, more responsive to you guys because I'm not reading the charts. So I'm literally looking at this, I'm saying this is choppy, I'm not going to enter this, right? And so it helps to know, right? If you know when it's choppy, and when I know it's choppy, I'm not entering, right? Especially if I'm not going short here. And so pandas, we're trying to read pure price action here, and come at 9 o'clock so we can do some pre-market analysis. I also do some daily chart reviews of the day before, after, off stream. Some good setups, just to get warmed up for the day, you know, so we can get our eyes adjusted and our mind set to finding these two-legged pullbacks and reading price action. So come and join at 9 o'clock. It actually is, I like the 9 o'clock to 9:30 session to be with you guys. Pandas, in this stream we trade the biggest, baddest, most liquidable market in the world, the E-mini futures, the S&P futures, the ES. We trade only one single setup, the two-legged pullback. ABC is a setup that looks like this, or ABC is a setup that looks like this. 2 pushes down, 2 pushes up, and the right context is greater than 90% probability to make a point for us. And so, you know, the easy thing is to find a two-legged pullback, especially with the two-legged pullback indicator, and the hard thing is to find the context. And so on the stream, we're trying to find the best setups possible, looking at the context, reading the price action. By the way, if you want more information about the two-legged pullback indicator that you see on the screen here, all these numbers above and below the candles, you can go to the official website at www.twoleggedpullback.com. Also, trading range indicator can be found there as well. Make sure you scalp that like button, pandas. We got 305 concurrent viewers, but only 80 likes. Pandas, I'm disappointed in you guys. I know you can do better. I know we can be better. Missed the top of the trading range by 1 tick here. I actually like that long here, even though it's a terrible signal bar. I like that long. I like the context. I like that long here, actually. Still thinking we're coming back to the top of the trading range. Greg Martin, going to protect my wins here and my good mood. Have a great weekend, y'all. There's nothing wrong with that, pandas. Spokane. We look like we could. I mean, this trap here and this trap here, two reversal patterns coming to the long side. Whew, that's some evidence of pressure, right? That means that these second entry shorts failed to make a point, right? That failed to make a point as well and reverses. So you got pressure from the bulls, right? Two traps to the upside, bringing some pressure up to the upside here. Building up some energy, in my opinion. Above the 20 MA, we missed 2 points here. We don't get 2 points on this reversal. So this could be a trap to some people on the 10K chart. And if we hit this, we could see yesterday's high and potentially break out of the wick and gonna make it to the top of the trading range on the daily, which I'll mark here as well. 4446. This is the top of the trading range on the daily. Not that far away actually from yesterday's high. And so very, very easily can hit here if we do break yesterday's high, in my opinion. But, only if we get there. We're just reading price action as we go on. I mean, when you see price action like this, you have no idea what's going to happen in terms of if it's going to break out or not. You're just thinking trading range. We're going to keep trading like a trading range. So we do have this reversal pattern here, two of them going upwards, showing us some pressure to the long side here, pandas. Just watching here, pandas. Not much to do here. Too choppy, in my opinion, right? To really take advantage of anything here. So we're just looking at chop now. Chop, chop, chop. And we're finding chop on this trend line here, as you guys can see, from these pivots. Pandas, I mean, honestly, we can go back to the bottom of the trading range. I mean, that is the nature of today. That's why these days are hard, because everything you think is going to be a breakout, but then just reverses on you, goes back to the bottom trading range, top of the trading range. So that's kind of like the trading range is like a vacuum, and it's like, imagine it acts like a vacuum, and every time it gets sort of far away from it, the vacuum sucks it up. But the further it gets away from it, the power of the vacuum, of the gravitational pull of this, gets weaker. And so, when we're high up here, we're not thinking, okay, we're gonna come back to the trading range. When we're that high away, you're thinking trading range is broken, and that gravitational pull is no longer affecting it. We are going up higher here, pandas, and I do think those who are trading a 10K chart took that as a trap here, and we might be going up north for a little bit here. According to the price action, that's what I'm seeing. We hit the top of the trading range. That's what I was waiting for. Finally hit it. But looking at the 10K chart, seeing how we're now having a hard time breaking below the 20 EMA like this, and also missing 2 points here on the 10K chart, and going up, makes me think, we could actually have a trap here to the long side, right? With this reversal here, another reversal, reversing this reversal here. So some people consider this 4 as a trap, which means that the trend could reverse here. We could get a genuine trap here potentially if this 1 triggers and then we reverse. Just sitting on my pause though. I have no trades here at the moment. Just waiting for a price action to come to me. When I'm confused, right? When you see something like this on a 2K chart, you're confused, or at least I am, and I'm not gonna trade anything here. Plain and simple. There's nothing I can do. It's too confusing for me. But the reason why these trading ranges act as like these gravitational pulls, right, like a black hole, is because the market is telling us through the price action that it has found a range of prices that it likes. It likes this range, right? And basically, if you're going too high, it wants to sell. If you go too low, it wants to buy. And basically, it likes this price here. You can say it right in the middle of this trading range. It likes that price. So it likes to keep coming back to it. And so when we go a little too far up, that means, that price that the traders like, they're thinking it's getting too high, we want to get back to the price we like. And so that's why it keeps acting like this black hole, because the price action is telling us, right? I don't need any other indicator to tell me this, but I can tell you with matter of fact, that right now, the traders like the institutions like this price right now that it has. And so when it breaks above, then it has to come beyond that gravitational pull. But because the traders like that price, it will continue to try to bring it back here. Call that equilibrium. You can call it that, but that's what we're seeing with the price action. That's what trading ranges are, a price that the institutions like. Now, if we're in a strong uptrend like this. Strong uptrend, and then we start to see some consolidation like this. This here is actually not necessarily traders like the price, but really it's bulls taking profits, right? Seeing a strong uptrend, not knowing it's gonna keep going up, right? And it could be bears trying to come in, right? They're trying to come in, bears are trying to come in, thinking, okay, we like this price now. We're thinking trading range, thinking it come back down here, and so that's what bears are trying to come in. So you see this exchange of trades here, of contracts, but really it's actually them taking the profits. And if the bears are not strong enough to reverse it, then it's gonna keep going up, right? And so this is where you see a strong trend. If you see a consolidation like that on a strong trend, then typically you're thinking, continue the original trend. But big trading ranges like this, right? It's different. We can see maybe in a really big time frame. Maybe in a really big time frame, that's all this is, right? It's just like a small little trading range on a big time frame, like an hourly or a 4-hour chart. But we're not trading those, right? Because we're day traders, and so in my opinion, those time frames are way too big for day trading. I like to stick with the 5-minute, 2,000 tick, 10K. Mr. J7 Gaming, do you ever like to trade the range? I do. I like to trade the range, but honestly, I have a hard time. Like, I have to admit, I have a hard time trading ranges like this very confidently. You know, just buying here below. And I think the main reason is because I trade too big. I trade like 5 contracts, but I think next time I sense a trading range like this, like I knew the trading range was going to happen once I saw all this in the overnight, especially around, you know, when you see the overnight look like this, you're thinking maybe trading range for the rest of the day. But I trade too large to trade the trading ranges, and the thing about it is you have to be willing to lose. You're going to lose it sooner or later. You're going to lose a trade, and you have to be willing to scale in. So that's why I don't like trading trading ranges, because I'm a scalper, not a swing trader. If I was like a solid swing trader, I would probably trade these trading ranges much easier. But because I'm so used to scalping, you know, the trading range is a little more difficult for me. But I think next time I'm going to start swinging these trading ranges with smaller contract sizes and scaling in once or twice. You know, we're in the bottom trading range, just buy at any reversal and buy 2 or 3 reversals, and if it breaks on you, it breaks on you. But buy any reversal and take the ride back up. I think I'm going to try to do that next time, but I'm going to have to just trade much smaller than I'm trading now. Even 2 contracts is too big. I have to trade 1 contract in my opinion and swing it back and forth. I'll trade 1 contract with the thinking I'm going to scale in, right? If I scale in 1 time, that's 2 contracts. If I scale in 2 times, that's 4 contracts. And so I'm willing to take up to 4 contracts. That's why I start with 1, so I can go up to 4 potentially. And so I think next time I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to trade the trading range. But right now we're finding consolidation here, so I'm not too confident we're going to come back to the bottom here. You know, what should happen is we come back to the bottom, but now instead we're finding the midpoint to be support, and now we're in the top half of this trading range. And on the 10K chart, it simply just looks like we're consolidating inside, right, the top of the trading range to the 20 EMA. Now having a hard time breaking below it, right? Multiple failed breakdowns of the 20 EMA, and so I'm not sure if we're gonna, you know, if we're gonna break down again because of what we're seeing here, especially with the trap trade right here triggering to the long side on the 10K chart, potentially reversing this trap here. So I say this is a trap because this didn't even go 2 points. And I'm thinking some traders are thinking 2-point trap here. That's what I'm thinking. At least that's how I would trade it. So I will admit it's harder because I trade 5 contracts per scalp. But I think on days like this, I'm gonna start swinging them and trade 1 contract, scale into 1 contract 2 times. Take the hit, you know. It'll be like a $800 hit, you know, potentially. But, you know, you're talking about thousands of dollars each swing. I'm keeping a close eye on the 10K chart, seeing if we can break below the 20 EMA. This is a failed breakout if it is. Right, the trading range, failed breakout, trading range. Coming back, triggering that second entry short. If we trap here, I'm going long, pandas. If we trap here, I'm going long, thinking we're gonna make a measure move up. Make a measure move up from here. If we trap this on the 10K chart, I really doubt we will, but if we do trap it, the reason I'm saying is because if you look at the 10K chart, pandas, no traps, no traps. Other than this perfect scalp trap, but if we get a trap here, I'm thinking to swing this, maybe to a measure move, that's what I'm thinking. It had to be here. The highest point to the pullback to the lowest point of the pullback. Actually, it'll be here right now. Unless we break this low, then we can consider that pivot high. But the measure move technically is this measure move. And we're using this. So I'm going to swing this here if I can. If we get a trap here, but I don't know. We're on the bottom half of this 10K chart. Having a hard time breaking below. I'll consider swinging this trade. I'll consider swinging to the top here. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 points. That's a $1,000 trade with 2 contracts. I'll be willing to lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points here. 500 to 4,000. About 2 to 5 or 1 to 2 risk ratio here. Pretty much that measure move and the 2 times of this risk reward is pretty much the same here. I'm gonna try to take a swing. I'm gonna try to take a swing trade here, pandas. If we get this trap to trigger, from what I'm seeing, we could potentially come up here, but you know, if we break below here, I'm no longer interested. If we break way below the 20 MA, if we come down here, of course, obviously I'm not interested. Basically, if we lose this trap, I'm not interested anymore. I'm gonna attach it to the indicator right now because why not? In my opinion, I cannot move it faster than the indicator moves it. You know, if I try to time it perfectly, there's no way I can time it better than the indicator timing it. The indicator times it basically to the tick. I have a trap trade here. 2 contracts. I'm gonna swing both contracts as high as I can. So this measure move plus the 2 times risk reward ratio, 2 to 1 risk reward ratio here is the exact same point actually. You know, pretty incredible. Like, the market is very balanced, very efficient. This trade's only worth it if you're willing to take the 2 times risk reward. Keeping an eye on the 10K chart, looking for this trap here. I guess there's some sort of unemployment at 10:30, and that'll be at 15 seconds. 10:30 will trigger. This might trigger my trade. We might lose a trap here. If we lose a trap, I'm out of this trade. Trap is still here. 3, 2, 1. Unemployment news is out. Apparently, I guess. Doesn't matter to me. I'm trading price action here. As long as this trap is here, I'm interested in going long. But I'm not sure if the trap will last. We got 3 micro triple bottom here with a trap trade to the long side. It looks like it wants to come to the bottom trading range, but I don't know. I'm in the middle of the trading range. There it is. It's gone. No longer interested in this trade. This is why you wait for the setup to come to you. Fine does break down with this reversal pattern on the 2K chart. But, whew, boy, boy. That reversal immediately reverses itself. So choppy here, pandas. Right, when you look at the 2000 tick chart, there's like no trades here. You can't even trade this. But pandas, isn't that good information? Right? Isn't that good information to know that you shouldn't be trading this? Right? That's good information for us. That is actionable information, and the action is no action at all. That's our action. And hope you guys are doing well. I'm gonna do one of these prop firm things just so I can get some. I'm missing a huge opportunity to scalp some commissions off of these prop firms, but it's all good, pandas. A lot of you guys are interested in these prop firms. Ocean Blue says, bye bye money. Remember, reduce your size. Plus, you're right under your trading range. So, some actually wise advice right there. Thank you, Ocean Blue. Do appreciate that. Too choppy. Nothing to trade here, Pandas. Nothing to see here. Boom. So choppy. Even the 10K chart looks choppy. I mean, I don't even want to talk about the 5-minute chart. Look how choppy this looks. But I will say something. Even though it's so choppy, the 10K, every single scalp is making a point. But these are a little tricky, right? Because they're outside bar reversals. And so a little harder to say if they actually made the point or not. That was an outside bar. No, actually that makes a point. That makes a point. Yep, these all make a point. And I hope you guys are doing well. I mean, I had my one scalp today, unfortunately. I mean, I would love to swing these. And I think next time, if we get a trading range day like this, which could be, you know, I would say days like this, maybe 10% of the time. Right? Just like strong trending days, strong trading range days like this, typically 10% of the time. Strong bear trend, strong bull trend, 10% of the time. And so you have a couple days where it's a very strong trends like that. Most of the days just get kind of big swings and you kind of get some uptrends, downtrends, you know, you kind of go all over the place. You know, that's 90% of the time, but 10% of the time, right, strong trading range days like this, you'll get them. And next time I think if we get one of those, I'm going to start swinging those because there's some good opportunities here. Right, from the bottom here to top, top to the bottom, bottom to the top, top to the bottom. And the big question is, right, when could we have start doing that? When can we have start doing that? I mean, trading range indicator recognized trading range way back here. You can see when it starts, right? Because basically it just starts here on as far as it goes to the left. And the trading range started with these 3 candles here. And it started to expand. And I think basically, you know, pretty much I think after this reversal here, you're thinking trading range. You know, I think you would miss all of these. But here to here to here, I think you could cut, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swings there, right to the top here. Very nice if you could get that. 7 swings of about 10 points each. Pandas, that's 70 points. And I don't know about you, but 70 points is amazing to me, right? And the risk was short, right? The risk was small. If you're scaling in, then you basically your risk maybe about $500, right? $500 to $800 overall if you're scaling with one contract. But in my opinion, it's worth it, right? Because you're getting like, in a sense, you want to be able to scale in because then you're being 2 contracts in and you're trying to swing up to the top. You're doubling up your profits. And so sometimes scaling in is nice because you actually are doubling your wins as well. But you gotta realize you're doubling your losses. But now we're too choppy here, Pandas, and I'm not sure if we can come back to the bottom here. It looks like we're making another trading range on the top half of this trading range, of the main trading range, the top half of the trading range. We're finding some support there. Absolutely choppy. No actionable trades for me right now, other than the one I took, this trap here. Thinking coming back to the top of the trade, which we eventually did, but only after we come down and stopped the bottom of the trading range and comes up. It actually creates, I wouldn't call this a stomp here because we should break above it and then stomp, right? It's because it's higher, and so I don't know. I wouldn't call that a stomp. I like this looks better as a stomp, right? We come above and then we stomp down and come back up. It's unfortunate. There's no trade for us right there. You know, we couldn't capture that. No setup for us. J80 says fast movement, so entries you're looking at are hindsight. It's true. It is hindsight, but with the correct cash management, you can actually take advantage of this, right? With correct cash management, what I mean by scaling in with one contract and keep scaling in maybe 2 to 3 times, if whatever you're comfortable with your capital and your risk, and coming back up. And so even though it's hindsight, right? If you see something like this and you're like, should I go long here? Well, I'll take the risk, right? Thinking we'll come back up here, and it's all a probability game. I'll take the risk here. We have a probability of going lower, but if we push 2 or 3 times, then at this point you'll consider that it'll be breaking and you hit your stop loss. But with the probability, right, when we're in this trading range for this long with this much price action, you're thinking maybe we'll come back to the top of the trading range. You come with one contract here, and if it breaks below it, you scale in with another contract, and you have a max loss, and then you just take that hit if you get hit, and it is what it is. But with the probabilities, you can come back up here, and it's worth the probabilities. Let's just say that. You got to consider the probability here. So I understand, JD. Of course, it's easy to say once you have the hindsight bias, but I'm saying it's actionable trading, right, if you have the correct cash management. In fact, I kind of knew today would be like this. I had a hunch because of the daily looked like this big wick, right? Big wicks, if you don't know, are just trading ranges, right? This big wick is a trading range. Why do I say that? It's because we had a big move up and then a big move down, and so that creates a trading range, right? That's what wicks are, just trading ranges. These are all trading ranges here. And so I figured we'd probably continue this trading range, but trading range day to bull trend day today because I had a price target at the top of the trading range here on the daily, but it is what it is. Just watching. And unfortunately on stream we don't have any setups here that we like, and so it's okay, pandas. At least we know, right, that there's no setups we like here, and it is what it is. We might come back to the bottom of the trading range, pandas. We're breaking below the midway. It's just hard to say. Too much chop here, and the market's obviously, it's just sleeping on us right now. Not much to do here, in my opinion. Aaron Korn asks, do you think the afternoon session is going to be better? To be honest, I don't know. I mean, I really wouldn't be surprised if we spend all day in this trading range. Like, it could happen. Now we're obviously breaking below the midpoint. Obvious target, bottom of the trading range. Marked by the trading range indicator, magically marked by it. We did stomp it here, so we're coming back down. And if we come back to retest this, we could break down it. That is a lot of consolidation here to break down here, and for me this kind of creates like its own little triangle. All right, we do have break a trend, new highs, and with the reversal pattern here, right, with this trap to the downside, right, that's a reversal pattern. Could be finding our way down here, but two reversal patterns upwards, one reversal pattern down. I mean, guess where we're at, pandas? Back to the bottom of the trading range. How remarkable is that? Top of the trading range, hits it by one tick to the bottom of the trading range. It is what it is, pandas. Are we gonna actually find a trend here today? I don't know if we're gonna find a trend. I'm gonna be skeptical any type of breakout here. Any breakout, I'm skeptical. I mean, but you do have some credence here. We do have lower highs, right? So we have this reversal pattern here, beginning of the day, and you could trade this reversal by putting your stop loss up here, right, for a swing For a swing trade, the proper place to place it is up here actually, not here, right? That's just for a scalp, but for the swing trade, proper place to put it here. Just like here for a swing trade, the proper place is not right here, but actually down here. That's the proper place to put your stop loss for a swing trade. And so you gotta risk more to gain more. And so, you know, with this reversal here, right? And also, pandas, don't forget the 10K had a reversal here as well. And the 10K reversal failing to break above this pivot high. So we have a pivot high here, pivot high here, pivot high here, right? We're making lower highs every single time. And this is the reason why we can have a breakdown now, pandas. But I don't know. It's hard to say. You know, this looks like a very clear breakdown to me. Clear because we had this deep consolidation, right? Strong consolidation. It's basically a triangle. Some failed breakdowns and finally true breakdown. It could be a triangle that looks like this. It's a little wonky, but this triangle is... We're having some pretty strong bearish move right now. Making new lows. Top of the training range to the bottom of the training range. Absolutely incredible. Pandas. But unfortunately, right, nothing to trade here. I can't trade this trap here. That's disgusting looking trap. Too much chop. And now we're in a downtrend thinking. So the big question is now, pandas, are we in a downtrend or are we in this trading range? A strong move down, and this is why people get chopped up. Because we're thinking downtrend and the trading range says, no, we're still in our gravitational pull. You know, you forgot our market structure today. The market cycle today is a trading range day today. Some people are trying to take this two-legged pullback short here. And market's going to be like, actually, it's going to be a trap back to the top of the trading range. Strong move down, but gets reversed immediately like this. 10K chart potential, nice two-legged pullback to take, to go long. Absolutely incredible here. Bouncing off the bottom of this trend line here. We actually don't make new lows. We actually hit this low perfectly. Perfect double bottom. But with a move like this after a triangle, you're thinking still more downwards movement to go, in my opinion. But we shall see. But pandas, hey, I hope you guys learned a lot. Hope you guys learned that I took one scalp today, and it's all good. Right? It's not about how many scalps you take. It's about taking the setups you feel confident in. I felt very confident in that setup right there. I liked it a lot, and the premise was right. It's just I would have to swing trade if I were going to really take advantage of that trade. But pandas, hope you guys are doing well. Trade safe, everybody. I'll see you guys bright and early on Monday, and my computer is running at a cool 76 right now. And I think on Monday we are good to go. I think I found a solution to my computer ailments, which is just take off the cover, get some more air in there. Pandas, I hope you guys do well. I know these trading range, this choppiness is a little dreading, you know, to watch, but it is what it is, pandas. The important thing is we knew it was chop. We need to stay away from it. And so it is what it is. Hope you guys are doing well. Pandas, see you guys bright and early Monday. Trade safer. Remember, guys, check out the indicator, two-legged pullback, and there's a free trial. Right, the URL is in the bottom right of your screen. Also, link in the description. Make sure you snag that free floating tick counter. You know, puts a tick counter right next to your candles, so you don't have to look away. So make sure you download that for free. The link is also in the description below. That's a free gift to you guys for being such an awesome community. And I'll see you guys on Monday. And hey, trade safe, everybody. You know, don't chase. Right, read the technical analysis. Read your price action well. And hope everyone has a banger weekend. Reset that mental capital, reset that emotional capital. We're going to get it next week, pandas. All right, pandas? And I'll see you guys bright and early on Monday. Make sure... Oh, you know Monday? I'm not going to be on Monday. Columbus Day. It's going to be a very short trading day, so I actually probably won't be streaming Monday. I'll see you guys bright and early on Tuesday, so I'll see you guys then. So, pandas, until then, you know, stay safe and happy trading. God bless.